But back to the Packers. Here's my question, Sam. Will Jordan Love ever throw a pass for the Packers?
I guess that's a pretty big asset, right? Like if Rodgers is like, this is my last year, you better figure something out. But then, I mean, if they say we're all in with Love, this is your last year, definitely be suiting up next year. But tough to say, man. I think if Green Bay wins the Super Bowl, Love's gone. I think if Green Bay loses anywhere but the NFC Championship again, Love probably stays. I don't know. I think that didn't Rodgers set the contract up so he could like revisit it. Obviously, it's just through the season, but like if they choose to stick together, then like he'll stay around, right?
I don't see a situation where Rodgers stays. It seems pretty clear to me that if he wins the Super Bowl, he's leaving. If he doesn't win the Super Bowl, he's leaving. You don't post a picture of Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen from the Last Dance documentary, and then expect to stay after the season.
But what if they say, you know, like Gutekunst, we found new leadership in the front office, you know, like Mike Murphy, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you saying if there's a situation where there's new leadership?
Yeah. What if they're like, Rodgers, who do you want running the front office then? Yeah. Who do you want to have set up for the future of this team? Like, what if that's the case?
I don't see, even if they change leadership, the only way they could change leadership is if they stunk this season. That'd be, if they win a Super Bowl, they're going to look like the heroes. They're going to look like the heroes that saved the Packers. That's what GMs like to do. And then, as I mentioned, they can only be fired, or one of them being fired if they stink. Either way, Rodgers is going to leave anyway. So I don't see a situation where he's going to have new leadership and still be in Green Bay.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, as somebody who's just invested a bit of money into a jersey that has Aaron Rodgers in gray and gold, I'd like to think he'd come back. But you're right, man. Like, if he doesn't, do we move on from Love, or do we say you know, this was kind of not what caused the situation, but it definitely didn't help drafting him. So I feel like you got to stick to your guns. And who knows, man? Maybe he actually balls out if they get rid of him. Find out he's Patrick Mahomes.
Hey, man, Rodgers didn't ball out his first couple, not starts, but his first couple of possessions as a young Packer. But it worked out, and the Packers think that they could happen again, and they'll look silly if they had all this trouble just to get Love, and then they don't play him. They're going to at least give him a shot. So I think he will play as a Packer the following season.
And also big for him, and obviously the team and whoever ends up with Love playing, but he's got 2 seasons side by side with Rodgers learning the game that he plays. So that's a lot of value there. He doesn't touch the field, but can just watch Rodgers play in his late prime. Like, I don't know. I think he's got the athleticism, and if he just like keeps watching, I mean, what did Rodgers say? Like, J-Lo may not say much, but I know he's watching, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But he calls him J-Lo.
Yeah, I saw like a quote on one of the Green Bay accounts I follow. He calls him J-Lo. So, you know, like, they're cool, at least.
That's good to hear him.
I definitely don't think there's any bad love there. I think Rodgers isn't here to like not help somebody become better at being quarterback just because he doesn't like want to lose his job. Like, I think Brett was maybe a little more in that boat where he's like,
that's not my job to train him. That was his kind of thought with Rodgers.
I should be the Green Bay quarterback until I die.
Speaking of backups, who would you say is your favorite backup to Aaron Rodgers? I know my answer.
I think Love, dude. I think Love's gonna. I mean, Bortles is gone, so there goes that. But how about you, man? What do you think?
Tim Boyle, man. I love Tim Boyle.
You guys do have Boyle fever, yeah. I don't know. Love just seems like he would be really good. I don't know. I think if you give him one more season to practice, because like everything I've heard about him, and maybe you too, but it's just like had a rough go of it with training camp and just his accuracy with the ball, which if you're an NFL quarterback, you should be accurate with like the football.
I think Love kind of reminds me of he's like an improved version of Deshaun Kaiser. Like, kind of, he's
maybe a little bit, yeah.
Just Deshaun Kaiser's in my opinion, he's not that great. That's unfortunate for him. But I just think Love definitely has a higher ceiling than any of these backups that the Packers have drafted.
Do you think I'm just scrolling through the roster list here. Oh, Benkert, bro. What about Kurt?
Oh, he seems like a nice guy. I don't know much
Boyle's
about
not
him.
even on the roster, is he?
Like Bortles? No, I think he got released.
No, not Bortles. Boyle.
Oh
I
no,
don't think he's even on.
he's at the Lions right now.
Kurt Benkert, bro. I mean,
You
out
know
of
anything about
Virginia.
him? You seen him play?
No, I haven't. I know we like. Where did we pick him up from? He might not even been on a team. The most interesting man in Green Bay, Kurt Benkert.
Ooh, that's neat to hear.
Second-year player out of Virginia. Signed as an undrafted free agent by the Falcons. And he was on practice squad. And then 2019 spent the season on injured reserve. Clearly a bit of a bottom of the barrel pick, but seems like he's won over the hearts of Green Bay with a blog post. So
Well, that's cool.
yeah, good for him.
Maybe
Hopefully he doesn't play, but
or maybe he'd be like a Gardner Minshew type player. He kind of looks like him.
no, right? Dude, he kind of has a bit of the same. I'm sure if we had to send him in, he would like ball out for Green Bay. I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, if he kind of with that roster, I'm pretty sure a backup could get the job done, as in win a few games at least.
With as open as like Adams gets, like, you know, I could probably put up like a 200-yard performance just to Adams alone.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it is kind of nice. It's nice, but it's also not nice. We can no longer use the Rodgers doesn't have help card because I think he's got plenty of help this year in terms of the offensive side of the ball, which is great to hear.
Haven't even talked about Tanyan, tight end. But
Bobby
T, yeah. He might have a really good season, just kind of coming out. He's a good route runner, trained with Kittle and Kelsey and those guys all summer.
Oh yeah, I think they had like a tight end camp or something. That was kind of cool.
Tight end you, yeah. Yeah, that's a good trend. I like that. I like the camaraderie because like those guys don't line up against each other. Why should they have like this hatred for each other?
Well, they should do more of that with other positions.
I'm sure they will. I mean, I'm sure they do already. You know, it's just like one of those that was advertised really well in media. But the whole point is like what, just to get tight ends paid, like the people that do the same job, like receivers and the line, offensive line.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see that David Bakhtiari got Rodgers a new golf cart?
Yeah, he's driving it around. I don't know. Is it safe? Should he be driving that around in Green Bay, Wisconsin?
Why not?
Like seatbelt on? I don't know.
It doesn't go that fast. Maybe like 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid.
I don't know.
I'd be afraid of it getting stolen. That's what I'd be afraid of. It's expensive.
What brand is it? Because it's
Homie, I'm too broke to know what brand it is. I'll be honest.
Aaron Rodgers.
You know what, Sam? This is actually a bad time to record because the 800-meter finals are on NBC right now.
Dude, I haven't watched much of the track in the Olympics, which is too bad. I've been busy doing other shit, but
yeah,
it's been like a great year for track, right? Like they've just been blowing away records.
Oh yeah, there's been some. I think both the men and the women's 400 hurdles got beaten, so that was cool.
Yeah.
It just sucks that like Japan is literally the other side of the world. So it's like what's night here is day there. So when races happen, it happens in the morning and they don't broadcast it until the night. And I already know what happens because I'll get like ESPN notifications or I'll be on Flow Track and they'll tell me the results, but then it doesn't get broadcast on NBC until tonight. So it's like, all right, I know who's gonna win. And so it's not as exciting as like Rio, where we were literally like an hour or two time zone difference.
Yeah, dude, Rio was a great Olympics to watch. Like this one hasn't been bad by any means. I watched archery; it was great.
Oh, that's cool. I watched ping pong. That was fun.
Oh, dude, it's like that's the best thing about the Olympics is all the obscure sports. Like I was watching handball.
Oh,
Super fun. Yeah, like I don't know. Did you ever play that in gym class growing up?
is it the one where you just roll the ball and you have to land in a certain spot?
No, it's kind of like a combination between soccer and like basketball. Kind of. There's like two nets at the end of each side, and you can't like. It's like ultimate frisbee kind of. You have to like
Oh
pass
my
the
God.
ball. You
Okay,
played.
I know. You know what? I know exactly what you're talking about, but it reminded me of this game I played with my coworkers the other week. Have you ever heard of rolly ball?
Volleyball? No, I'm not.
It's the same concept, except you're in a bumper cart. You're in a bumper cart and you're driving around. And you got this little lacrosse net, and you're driving the cart. And the goal is you have to drive the other side with your team, pass it and shit. And then you got to throw the ball. It's in your little lacrosse net into this hole.
It's kind of like just polo, that horse game.
It's kind of like Quidditch.
Dude, it's exactly like Quidditch. That's what I was gonna say. Aaron Rodgers' golf cart was handmade by Aston Martin, which is the official car for James Bond.
Yeah,
So.
I'm too broke to know what that is.
You watch James Bond?
Dude, I don't watch James Bond, dude. There's so many movies.
Yeah, that's true. There's like 1,000, but Daniel Craig is the best one for sure.
He seems pretty cool.
I don't know, man. Never met the guy, but
I mean, the other Bond guys, they seem kind of creepy, honestly.
yeah, he seems like the least creepy of the like. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd agree with that.